Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So, as usual, we're going to first go and get things set up because this goes live immediately. And then we're going to go into Discord, go into the voice chat here. Let me go ahead and get that started. Okay, so here I am. Now let's go monetize the video, give a little backstage tour here as we do. And then we're going to go over what a great day it was in the markets today. Um, So to start out with, yeah, my main account, I was shocked. It was up like 60,000 today. I think that's a record. I don't think I've ever been up 60,000 in one day. So we'll go ahead and continue the live show format. We'll let members of the audience participate. Um, okay, so I got the video monetized now. Let me just do this really quick here, just some backstage stuff, and put in my usual Discord link and whatnot. So what's everybody's thoughts today on the market? I heard someone join the voice chat. Who joined?
It was a good day.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, awesome. How well did your accounts do today?
Well, I was up 19,000 at one point, and then
Awesome.
right now I'm up like 17.
Okay. Yeah, mine came back down a little bit too. I had been up like 60,000, but it settled at like 56 or so. But still, that's like a record for one day. Would have been
Uh,
nice. Would have been nice to have put in like some puts and stuff yesterday, like on NVDL, like we were talking
yeah,
about.
I was actually tempted to do that. I actually tried to do it, but I didn't have enough margin to cover it because I have a lot of puts already sold on NVDL, kind of way out until like the end of April.
hmm
Because when it first crashed, I was kind of my strategy. I sold a bunch of puts when it was around $40. I was thinking, oh, it won't go below 40. I thought that was going to be the bottom, so I sold some puts on that already. So I just didn't have enough margin to sell anymore.
And then it seems like what 29 was like the bottom.
20, it got as low as
Margin to sell
23
it.
at the bottom because I've always watched it very carefully. I think 23 or 24 was the actual bottom,
hmm
but that might have been pre-market. I don't know if it actually ever opened where you could actually do anything at that price.
Yeah, we'll take a look
Let
and
me,
see.
let me. Yeah, that's what I'm checking right now too.
hmm Yeah, I'm just getting this set up here. This tool literally goes live as soon as I click go live. So, okay. Yeah, first order of business, we're going to look at the lowest point for NVDL.
Yeah, 23.12 was a 52-week low.
Okay, interesting.
So I have 4 contracts sold for April 25th, $43 put, which I got paid about 1,300 for.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I'm hoping they just keep running up and then that'll expire worthless and I'll keep all that money.
hmm
And then I have some, I also kind of like to wheel Archer Aviation. I don't know if you ever heard of that company.
Archer Aviation?
Yeah,
No, I
I,
haven't.
I wheel that. I wheel that one too. It's because it's cheap. It's like it's ACHR,
Okay,
and I
let's do it.
have 2 puts. Oh, I have 2 different set of puts on that one that should be expiring worthless too.
Okay, and how do you find these? You said it's other YouTubers that talk about them?
On Archer Aviation, I found that one on Reddit. There was some good DD on what they were doing and stuff. It was like a long thread about just different partners with different defense companies, and it's kind of a very they're not profitable or anything, but it's just one of those. It's a technology like these eVTOL They're like these helicopters that look like drones,
hmm
and I don't know. It's kind of a speculative risk, I think. Like maybe the technology could be pretty cool.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at over the
If you look
last
at the
3 years, 84%.
Yeah, if you look at they have this. So I'll post it in the chat. What their main product is.
Uh-huh.
It's called the Archer Midnight. Let's see if I can find it.
Awesome. Coffeeholic is on. Coffeeholic, feel free to join the voice chat if you want. He says, "What did I miss? Everything. We just went over the whole market, how much we were up. So, but we got a long way to go, so you can catch up." Kidding a little bit. Okay, so I don't usually do this, but I'll show. This is my Schwab account. Yeah, I think the best day I've probably ever had for a single day. All three of my accounts. One of these, I'm doing the securities lending program. So this is one of those ETFs, MSTU. I'm still pretty much down on it. I got wheeled into it because of selling puts. Um, but overall, yeah, this was really the past 2 days have been quite a remarkable turnaround.
So if you look in the chat, I posted a picture of it in the live chat thing, live
Okay.
show chat.
Oh, in the live show chat. Okay, I never go there. Let me try to. Oh, here we are. Okay.
Click
Hold
on the
on.
little chat button next to the where it says live show. Now click on the little text bubble a
Okay.
little to the right.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that text. Open chat, and then you'll see it.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
the that's their product right there.
Nice.
That helicopter thing, and that's my portfolio today.
Okay. Oh, that's a
I still haven't
cool.
recovered all. Yeah, I still haven't recovered all the way.
Hmm.
So I'm still working on. If I just need NVDL and high tide to kind of rip a little bit higher, and then I should be back in the green for the month.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, Coffeeholic. Welcome to the voice chat.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you? Wait, first time we've actually talked.
Yes, first time, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
an
how?
interesting day.
Oh, very. One of the best days I've certainly ever had in the market. So how did you do today?
Pretty good. The stock market was climbing and everything, but I still have my guard up because
Of course.
it's
Yeah.
green today, but we don't know tomorrow.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Friday there was something coming out Friday that might bring it all back down. I think it's
Well,
data. I
yeah.
can't remember.
Yeah, we'll
Some
find
reports
out.
coming out Friday.
There's a
Maybe
site.
it's a CPI.
Yeah, there's a site I go to called forexfactory.com, and I go there to see what's driving the market, basically. So for today, the FOMC had meeting minutes released. That's in red, so that should have been a significant, I guess it was a positive jolt for the market.
It was the bond auction actually, because I was watching it live,
Hmm.
and the guy I was following, he was talking about the bond auction, and if depending on what the rate was going to be, we were either going to go off a cliff or save the market. And I think last night
Last night, what?
made the decision for, well, I guess overnight the bond market was terrible, and Trump and the White House decided the 90-day, but they had the 90-day pause kind of like
Up their sleeve.
ready to, yeah,
Yeah.
ready to throw it out there.
Yep. And then they did.
Yeah. And I think the bond auction was good too, so that also helped.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, so
But there's some data coming Friday that could uh, pull us back
tomorrow,
down, I think.
so Thursday, we're getting core CPI. We're getting CPI month over month and year over year, and then we're getting unemployment claims. So that comes in the morning, actually.
Mm.
And then we've got some in yellow, like federal budget balance, FOMC member speaks. And then let's look at Friday. This is a site that I use.
Oh, that's a
Okay,
cool site.
yeah, so Friday has core PPI, month over month PPI, preliminary UOM, consumer sentiment, and inflation expectations. So, yeah, the next 2 days there are going to be some significant drivers in the market.
Mm.
So, and then I saw VisFact joined. Welcome back.
Hey, what's up? Glad to be here. I
Yeah,
see you had a good day. Everybody had a good day.
yeah. How was your trading today?
Oh, I got mauled in my trading desk, but
Oh yeah.
overall, as far as in the total lab is up huge, about 20% day.
Hmm.
And I had some
Nice.
good shorts. I was trying to see if I had any regrets, but they were good trades. So it's
Hmm.
just can't help that, they switched policy this morning.
Yeah. True. Yeah, you plan for one thing and then there comes another surprise.
Yeah.
And you're doing swing trading, right?
Yeah, and then that also ruined my Euro trade. I was cringing when he was talking about they were doing bond auctions. I'm like, I was probably buying euros.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it kind of broke even. I think it was a minor loss, but yeah, that kind of pissed me off. I had planned that trade for 2 or 3 weeks.
hmm Yeah, so I'll do a portfolio review here, which I haven't done in a while. So it was a great day. So up overall up 18% in the account, but
Yeah,
I'm
total winner,
still,
total winner.
yeah, I'm still down a lot. I need like 2 more days of this and then we'll be in business. If this was like a single day gain, though, this would be amazing, you know. But let me just go
Oh yeah,
over.
magnificent day. I'm just emotional about my shorts,
hmm
but I'll get over it. And I better hurry up because the bell will be ringing in the morning.
Right. Yeah, not too far away. Trying to go to my holdings here. Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, I'm still holding the bag on a lot of these ETFs like NVDL, SMCX. We had a big, obviously big day for NVDL.
Yeah, I'm almost in range where I can start selling calls again.
Yeah, me too. Well, I sold some calls when it was at 47. Um, here's in full
Well,
disclosure here.
yeah, I did one set of calls where when it was really low. I think, remember I was telling you I did it at $29,
Uh-huh.
and then it kind of ran up, and then it had that 10 a.m. crash.
Right.
It ran up all day yesterday, and then crashed at around 10 a.m. and then I bought it back for a couple $100.
hmm
I think I made $600 or $700.
Yeah.
But I was
Gotcha.
nervous doing that because if I was sold calls at 29 and it ran up like today, oh man, I would have to be buying. I don't know what I would do. I'd be screwed.
Right.
That's why I hate selling calls when it's when it runs up like that and you get so far behind.
Right. So to sum up, here's where so my MSTU, I was up like I guess I was 46% on the day. Nvidia was up like 17%, so that was like a based on the number of shares I have, that was like a $10,000 gain. This I have some
What's your cost basis of MSTU?
the what?
What's your cost basis of MSTU?
Pretty bad. It's like I'm still down like I'm still down over 50%. And
I got
then
mine down to $8.50, and I was like, just keep going,
oh,
just keep
that's
going up.
awesome. That's awesome.
But
So
I
for
just
the
keep selling calls and getting whatever I can.
well, and keep in mind too when you collect the premium, that counts against your cost basis too, so that lowers the cost basis.
Yeah.
Um, I think mine's still like $13. And this one, so this batch, I'm actually making money from lending it out. I'm doing the securities lending program, so they're paying me to lend that out. That's another good like hidden dividend you can get. Um, let's see. So I've got a Chipotle put open right now. I've got this ANIP. I've got 10 contracts on that one. That was up today. Datadog. I've got High Tie still. Um,
Yeah, I love high tide. I can't. I know that's gonna run up.
yeah, eventually, yeah. And I still have these 250 put, so I guess I'm just going to get assigned on those, but I think that's going to run up easily. Tesla still holding the bag on that one. MST, I've got more MSTU here. My cost basis is lower on this batch. I think all in all, I have like 4,000 shares because I was wheeling quite a bit.
You
Let's
know,
see.
I sold more puts on high tide for October.
Oh, really?
I got a pretty good price. I got paid. See, I sold 25 contracts for October 17th, and I got paid $1,983.
Okay. So
But
for,
I
yeah, for MSTU, my cost basis here is like $10.
Mm.
NVDL, this is the one I'm in. This is the dumb trade at $47. What did it get back to? $38 today. So it's actually within reasonable range if I wanted to buy it back. It's not as much of a loss as it was. And then TQQQ, I did some calls on this one. I'm going to try to lock this in, 460% gain. And then of course I have 25 shares of the TQQQ. And then I've got some of these, some Clip, some Ulti. These are some of the yield mechs. So yield mechs, I'm still in.
Did
Let's see. Go ahead. What?
did Clip reverse split?
It did, yeah. And
Oh, okay.
we all lost money, and that's why I have an uneven number of shares.
No, I just because I remember it being lower, like $13 or $10 when I last looked at Clip.
hmm So for yield mechs, I've still got Tesla, I've got Coney, XYZY, YMAG, some Misty, some Ulti. So that's like 6 of them. I only hold 6 of them. I actually sold Biggie. I needed to come up with some cash, so I sold some of that. But all in all,
I don't know. I don't.
Huh?
I said I hate the Defiance ones, man. Those things always sucked.
Yeah, they're not good. And then in the Roth, I've got High Tie again. I've got AT&T. This one's been running up so much. I used to be able to collect some really decent call premiums on it, but now it's been running up. So I'm either going to get called away at this, which if I do the math with the call premiums, I'm still almost at break even. But this one is a dumb one that I bought from watching a dumb YouTuber, basically, and that one it's still on there for some reason, but that was a total loss. This IQ one, this was supposed to be like the Chinese Netflix. This one is not too good either, but I've got some Warner Brothers, some Chipotle here, Intel, Dollar General, Teladoc, MFC. This has been a decent one, but I don't have enough shares of it. Some Tesla, and then this company called Inseego. Yeah, some people in the chat agree Defiance is garbage. I agree too. And then the rest of the Roth, here's some Tesla, some QYLD still, Coney,
Same
XYZY.
here on Defiance. I think their T's, like their SPY T and their QQQT, I think those are okay.
Yeah,
I hold them in one of my we all have these accounts where we just toss stuff in.
right.
I think that on those two, I think they do good on them. I haven't really did the math on them to see if they're profitable though, but they don't depreciate as fast as those the weeklies.
hmm
Mm.
I've always been skeptical of those weeklies.
Defiance pays weekly now. The QQQI, that one's they switched to weekly.
They got their target 20s,
Oh,
and
the
then
target.
I guess that's what we call them. They got the target 20s that still pay at the top of the month, but I think the IWMY, the WDTE, and the QQQY, I think they pay weekly.
hmm
I've always kind of felt like the weeklies lost less NAV. I don't know. I've never really done the math on it. Just
Personally, I haven't checked in about 5 or 6 months since I got out of them, so
Yeah.
things
You
may
said
have changed.
QQQY.
Yeah, they got just follow that ticker.
That's
It'll take you to
the
their site
Neos.
with all the stuff.
That's the Neos funds, right? Oh no,
No,
no.
that's Defiance.
That's QQQI. I misheard.
Check the total return versus the benchmark
For
on that
QQQ.
QQQI for me, coach.
Okay. Versus the Qs.
Yeah,
Yep.
or either QQQM, since it's either one. It needs to be beating both of them. If
Yeah.
Compare it to QQQI too. Throw that one in there.
Well,
wonder if-
QQQIs, we know that's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
may as well.
Well, I know because the Defiance, I think they're targeting 20% return, right?
I just want to see if it's profitable.
hmm
Is it does it pass the smell test?
Right. Ah, shoot. So it's gonna
Total,
make me
yeah,
redo
total
it
return.
again. So we went
Dogs.
QQQI, QQQY.
Oh, it's you got to put them all in there.
It's annoying. Yeah. Is there a
QQQY?
QQQX?
QQQM.
It's like every letter of the alphabet here. So yeah, we got 5 of them. Okay, let's see.
And then just QQQQ. Oh, you got that. Okay, yeah.
Put M in there. M is my baby. I love that ETF.
So in just terms of price return for the last
See?
year, QQQY is way down. Let me see if it'll let me do the total now. There we go. So it's a lot closer in terms of total. QQQ. So again, the index is the winner, the main index. over the past year.
Yeah.
Let's
Scoot
look at
your screen over. It's leaking off on us on the right.
it's leaking. Oh no.
I
Let's see.
mean,
No,
overlaying off monitor,
yeah,
off screen,
I see what you're saying.
bleeding over. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So yeah, we had a big upswing here, but oh damn
But
it,
who
it did it
won
to
in that
me.
in that in that?
This
Oh,
is annoying.
it
It,
took a
it
swing.
keeps doing this to me every time I
Come
switch.
on, coach, you can do it.
No, it's the Seeking Alpha. It's annoying. Okay.
Place your
QQQY.
bets. Betting on QQQI.
I think the triple Q is gonna win.
Oh well, the index, of course.
Yeah,
Just no,
cheating though. Yeah,
Yeah.
but those hustle funds though.
I think QQ. I like Neos funds. That's my whole this whole crash. That's all I've been buying is fucking Neos funds like crazy.
Yeah, year to date, the Qs, the index is the winner.
Yep, the Defiance sucks.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm glad I got on. So I guess yeah, research was good. They still suck. I don't fool with those weeklies at all. Even compounding. Why would I want to compound that when I could compound QQQI?
Right.
Yeah, I like all. Have you seen the real estate one? The real estate one for Neos is really good too.
I haven't looked
It's
into it.
IYRI. I think it yields the same as QQQI, about 14%.
Can you change it to total return?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that is total, isn't it? Oh, that's
I already looked at total
Alright.
return. It was
Okay.
the index is the winner in both scenarios.
So this does the same strategy, but on a REIT ETF.
Okay.
Weird.
So it's up. Let's see. Or for the year, it's beating the S&P at least.
Put QQQY up against QQQT, both of the Defiance QQQs.
Oh
After you
yeah.
get through with that, would like to see how that goes.
Yeah, that one's gonna
Because
be QQQT.
I'm
Hmm.
thinking QQQT is the profitable one. QQQY is a trick.
Oh yeah, hands down. QQQT. I remember when this came out. Yeah, that's gonna be the winner.
Is that total? No, that's just price.
That's just price.
Oh, they're a little closer. So year to date, they're a little bit closer than I thought.
Scroll down, because your photo on the monitor is blocking the right.
Oh,
Scroll down
I
in that
see.
browser window,
Yeah, there we go.
and what's yeah QQQY is total fail.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
nice
was when they first announced those, they got me. I was in them for a couple months, and then I saw the NAV decay, and I was like, nope, I'm out.
And I thought I was making money off of QQQY for like 8 or 9 months, and I was like,
There was like 2 or 3 months when they first launched where they recovered the NAV completely every month. And that was kind of like I watched that happen a couple times before I bought in, and then it just went down after that.
and then it's supposed to have the downside protection in it. It doesn't appear that QQQY could really hang.
Mm-mm.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm not in them. No regrets. Thanks for checking, Coach.
Yeah, they really baited a lot of people in with those dividend yields.
Look at that chart.
There's
Superstar.
one, I know that there's one, I want to say if you're an options trader, it does give good premium. It's the SMCX. I think that's Defiance. If I was to do a hypothetical trade here, it's one of those leverage ETFs. Let's see if I go here, SMCX.
So, Coach, you don't use Thinkorswim,
I used to, but I haven't logged in a while.
Roger.
I think you know what? Let me actually go in. I think I have it on here. I'm gonna pull it up now. Okay, in the meantime, yeah, I used to use it all the time. I miss Ameritrade.
Yeah, you don't have to fire it up. I was just wondering
Yeah,
because I noticed that you always use the website.
yeah. Let's see what the
Roger that.
premium. Let's see what the premium's like for these. Um, so at the money, sell to open. See, if you were to get 10 of these expiring Oh, the next expiration is 17th. See, this is tempting. This is like for a week.
And that's on SMCI, the company? That's just a double leverage of that?
Yeah, yeah. So the premium there is 3,000 up until the 17th if you were to just go in the money, but obviously it went up like $8 today. So if you went like where it would have been earlier today, it's, not as good, but still some premium. But obviously this one moves a lot. Let's see, Coffeeholic wants us to look at JEPI. I used to have these. I sold though. Okay, so JEPI.
Yeah, those were good. They're like 8 or 9%, right?
Mhm. Yeah, so these, for the past year, they're down only slightly.
I will
Let's
tell you
do-
this: I put GPIX up against its respective JP Morgan ETF, and the Goldman funds beat them.
Oh, really? GPIX?
GPIX and GPIQ beat
Mhm.
out JEPI and JEPQ.
Interesting.
Well,
Yeah.
you should compare. So you should do JEPI, the GPIX, and then throw SPY in there and see who's
It
who's
don't
kind of.
hang. I checked them all, bro.
SPY doesn't hang with them?
Don't hang.
But I wonder, because the NEOS funds have that tax thing that they do, where they do, I forget how it explains it. It's like 60% long-term games, and then 40% or 30% short-term. I forget how, you have to look at their perspective. They have some kind of special tax advantage to them.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I think Hamburger talks about that with the Neo stuff.
Yeah, with all the NEOS funds.
Yeah, he's real good on that. I learned that from him.
Viz, what time period were you saying for
Either
GPIX?
or the year,
Uh-huh. Year to date?
the year. No, well, I think well they were all on there. So if with the total, well, meaning that without any of them cut off from the earlier side.
I lost it again. This is annoying. Yeah, it looked like the JEPQ was the only one that was like had a positive return. GPIX, GPIQ, SPYI. Okay. Price return. Yeah, of price return, it looks like GEPI for the past year. And then if I go here,
Total return?
Yeah, I checked total return.
uh-huh. So these actually have a positive total return. Let's look at, are the dividends still the same for this one? Let's see.
Well, I mean, looks like SPY went in there.
Hmm.
Well, that was when I checked. It wasn't too long ago that I checked, so it could just be some price action recently.
Or it could be maybe the X dates are different and one's had its X date and one hasn't.
Yeah, but
So
when I
this
checked,
one, yeah, go ahead.
no, they're both X dated at the top of the month. Both the GPIXs, the Goldman funds, and the JP Morgan funds pay at the top
Well,
of the month.
SPY pays at the end of the month. Well, I guess it's the same. It's only a couple days different.
Why is that so different from what I checked? When you get a chance, I want to go back to momentum, or did they all go away on you?
Yeah, they went away again. I think it might have been the
Right.
time you checked because, I mean, the market has been fluctuating a lot.
And then, JEPI and JEPQ are ETNs.
Hmm.
So those are also kind of, there's better ways to do it.
Yeah. So you were saying momentum?
Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out why the numbers I got are so different than the ones you got,
Hmm.
but
It could just
I
be
know
the
you're trying to
timing.
do a live show.
Yeah, it could just
Yeah,
be the
but
timing. Yeah.
But I'm almost to 600 shares of SPY, so I'm pretty getting up there.
Hmm.
And my cost average is around like $45.
Oh, okay. So have you been wheeling that one, or you just
No,
doing that?
yeah, I don't sell options on that at all. I thought, I almost sold puts on it a couple times, but I just buy like 5 shares at a time every time it dips. I try to only buy if it's below 50 because I feel like that's a better price.
Hmm. Yeah, I got out of these a couple years ago, I think, to get into yield max because I thought, oh, the dividends are better. But it's really a synthetic covered call premium.
All right, here's what I want you to do, Coach.
Hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Go back to momentum
Hmm.
and put just GPIX up against JEPI.
Okay, so can I do a comparison here?
Yeah, do total return.
Okay. Let's see here. GPIX.
Yep, GPIX against JEPI.
Okay. I don't know if it's going to let me do a comparison in this momentum window. Let's see.
Well, scroll down more,
Oh,
scroll
here.
down.
Maybe
There you
here.
go.
Okay.
Now
Versus.
go down more,
Okay.
total return, more. No,
Uh,
not there. Not there. Cancel. More. Go down more.
okay.
There. Now get rid of SP 500. Throw in JEPI, JEPI, and total return. No. Total return. Just total return.
Okay.
No, go up to the next panel. That one. Total return.
This one. Okay. There's a lag, I think. All right. So GPIX
Okay,
and then
cool.
plus JEPQ.
JEPI.
JEPI.
GEPI.
Okay.
Then you'll see why I picked GPIX.
Hmm.
No, JEP. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, GPIX has been kicking JEPI's ass the whole time.
Yeah, right up until the end here, it was up almost 7%
It's
more.
been beating the hell out of it.
Uh-huh.
And the same applies to the other two.
What's the yield on GPIX?
About
8%?
about the same. They're comparable.
No, yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
they're
They
very
pay
comparable.
monthly too?
Yeah. No, they're very comparable. They're very comparable.
Looks like
Same week, everything.
10%.
10%. Oh, 10%'s good.
Yeah, A plus.
And then when you put up GPIC up on JEPQ, you're going to see the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think the expense ratio might even be lower. I
Mm.
don't remember that.
So let's see. Versus JEPQ.
And also when I did the comparison, the Round Hills total return beats them all. It's not a bad fund.
Which Roundhill one?
The if you're wait a minute, you're comparing the S&P to a Q fund. You got it. I think so.
No,
You need to change GPIX to GPIC with a Q.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll get rid of that one. So the Q's. Okay,
Yeah,
here's what we've got.
there you go. And you're gonna see that GPIC beats it.
Yeah, it does.
So it's been beating its ass all year. Why would I want JEPQ and JEPI?
Hmm. Yeah, especially when the market seems to be higher. Yeah, it does beat it.
But you hold Neos too, though? Or you
Well,
just
just
stick
to
with
cover
that one?
just to cover that fourth week, I want to get paid every week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm gonna put something in a time slot, it needs to be good.
Hmm.
So yeah, the QQQI and the
SPYI.
yeah, I love them.
Did you do the small cap one? The Russell?
Nah,
Mm-mm.
I don't fool with it.
I got out of
Yeah,
Russell too.
But
well,
I will tell
I
you
have the
this.
Neos Russell. I have like 35 shares of it. And then the
If
retail one too, and QQQI. But my biggest position is SPY out of those.
Yeah, those Neos funds are really great. They're good.
Yeah, I mean, you got a good test case with this crash on how low they can go. I mean, I think the lowest it went was like $43.
It hung in there. Yeah, I've been watching
Yeah,
it.
so it's not too bad. And it recovered nicely. I was checking it, comparing it to the SPY with the percent increase if it was going to be capped, and it didn't seem like it was capped at all.
Hmm.
It followed the movement up today pretty well.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, I picked up a bunch of them. The past half of the day. I got my G pick and G pick. Those holdings up. Grabbed me a couple of the Round Hill Q and S&P funds, and definitely piled into some QQQI and SPY.
Yeah, see, SPY was up 8.5% today, and VU was up 9.7%. Because I have
Did you see that Misty?
Yeah.
yeah, Misty was up 22% today.
That boy bounced
Hmm.
and hung in there with MSTR. Lord Sailor is saved.
Let's do a comparison. Oh wow, MSTR 25% up today.
What was Misty? 22?
Let's see.
It did.
I don't think they closed many other calls this week, so they had a lot of room to capture the upside. Because that's one thing YoMax always does is they close their calls early during the week.
Hmm.
And then you have a big run up and it blows past the new calls, and you're like, what are y'all doing? Just wait till Thursday or Friday. Stop closing things on Monday.
Right.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah,
they get
I'm done. I don't
nervous.
fuck with Yield Max anymore. I got
Yeah. It's like the traders,
the
they get
D.
nervous and they want to like lock in whatever premium there is before the end of the week.
Correct. I
Yeah.
mean, I get it. You want to close your options when they're worth very little, but if you're just moving the strike price down when there's a bump, it does hurt you later.
Hmm. You're right, Viz. In the short term here, in one day, they did pretty much keep up with MSTR. If they could do this
That's
long
awesome.
term, if they could keep up with it, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I've been really watching them, but they're really good on tracking. One of the things I've been doing with UMax is comparing the funds and saying, okay, well, which set of funds is tracking closer? And I'm noticing you can look at these funds, you could tell you can almost tell that the same dude is working certain desks, and maybe you got different people on certain desks.
Hmm.
I'm trying to figure out which is the best, most optimal funds to even buy with Max, and it appears that Misty is one of them. Coney, maybe not so much, but then there's the underlying, so can't be too mad at Max. There's only so much they can do.
Right.
They had 330 calls for the week, and 270. So obviously they blew past 270 today.
Well, you know who's going to be really happy today is Kamir. I bet
Oh Lord.
this probably saved his whole channel and everything.
Dude,
He'll
The
have a
330
video.
maybe
He'll have a video right
Yeah, he's
after
gonna
this
have a
one.
video.
It'll say, "I'm a genius."
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Hmm.
the 330 may be the long call for the upside protection when things get blown past. And this is probably one of the few instances where it's actually going to help us.
hey coach, I'm gonna send you over a graphic so you can kind of see how I'm comparing these funds in
Okay.
real time.
Yeah. Cool.
How do I get it to you?
Do it in
Through
the
the chat.
yeah. You can do the
Discord,
chat here.
yeah.
Yep.
All right. Which
Do the
is there a
live
chat
show.
specifically for the meeting?
Yeah, live show chat.
If you go like where
Okay,
it says
got it.
live
I
show
got
and
it.
there's a
I
little.
think I got it.
Hmm.
And this is gonna really open you guys' eyes up to some stuff.
Let me see. Download all holdings.
Here we go.
Wow.
Zoom in. Okay, so this is your watch list.
Yeah, and it's kind of.
Everything's up today.
But if you notice how they're tracking their underlyings.
Hmm.
Now, if you look at Goop and Goog, Curve is on it. You
Oh,
look
I
at
see.
Coney and Coin. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You look at Amazon, and I don't even put AMSI on there. I probably need to put AMSI on there so I can see. But if you go down to MSTR and Misty, own it. And then I'm comparing the MSFO and the Microsofts. I think in the last meeting I said that YieldMax does it better, and it does. They track Microsoft better than Curve.
For certain ones.
Certain ones that you can tell, dude, it's like certain ones are better than certain ones.
Yeah, it's like they have
And I look at them
different traders or something.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like some of them are efficient, some of them aren't.
hmm
So if you guys build a watch list like that and put those covered call funds next to the underlyings, next to the competition, you'll start to see things.
hmm
And consistently, whoever's running that Misty desk is on it. They
So
don't miss a
Misty
beat.
had 300, 310, 315, 320. So they're almost, I mean, they're capped
just
out
look-
almost of the
Well,
300.
you look at the percentages though. The
No, I just mean that's
percentages go-
calls for the week. So if it runs
Oh,
up
okay,
again
okay.
tomorrow, we may, you're not going to get all the upside that.
And you got
Yeah.
an X date coming up too, so it's gonna
Mhm.
drop $1.30.
Oh yeah, tomorrow
right?
it drops $1.33 or whatever the dividend was.
I think it's like $1.30 or something.
Yeah, I was actually happy to see $1.30 and not $2 today. I was about to.
Especially if Bitcoin didn't bump today, because that would have really brought that NAV
I was
down.
expecting them to put like $1.90, and I was gonna be like, seriously, y'all just killing me.
Yeah.
But $1.30, I think, is a decent number where we're not going to lose too much NAV.
That's right. Let's go over that real quick. The dividends today. I haven't even looked, actually. Busy at work today.
I checked out the ones I own that are in Group D
hmm
this morning.
Here we go. So we had $1.50 for SMCY, $1.34 for Misty, 49 cents for AMZ, 44 cents for YQQQ, also 44 cents for XYZY, LFGY 42 cents. Wow, some of the weeklies are paying as much as the regular ones. 36 cents for RDTY, 32.5 for DISO, 30 cents for Aptly, GPTY 24 cents, 23 cents for AIYY, SDTY 23 cents, 22 cents for QDTY, YMAX 13 cents, YMAG 10 cents, 8 cents for Ulti. That's the bottom of the list. So 2, 4.
I think Ulti is the worst one out of all of those.
hmm
It's ridiculous.
For sure. Yeah, 16 of them paid today. Ulti's the worst one. Yep.
They need to get some chimps and let some chimps trade that OT desk.
Yeah, see if they'll outperform the traders.
They have to.
hmm
How could they not?
That was the thing about Kamir that drove me crazy. Like, what he picks like the worst ones, man.
He really does.
He's like, oh, Tesla, Alti, Coney. I'm like, dude, like, and it took him a long time because I thought I held like Nvidia and Netflix last year, and a little bit of AMZ and a couple other ones, but I didn't pick any of like the really, really crazy ones where the underlying was just like completely shit.
Yeah, well, I think what Kumail was doing, he said just pick the highest yields, and that's, in his mind, that's going to accelerate your dividend return. Yeah.
You accelerate something.
hmm
Your NAV loss.
Yeah, exactly.
Celebrate his journey. His journey.
His
Yeah,
journey.
the journey.
Yeah. The
So
reason
Group
we know how to
D,
use
I
the what?
Well,
Oh,
you know
yeah,
how to use margin.
Yeah, that's my favorite. The reason we know how to use margin is because we know how to use margin.
You got to get that soundboard going.
Yeah, I actually bought one. I've gotta figure out how to hook it up. That'll be the next phase of the channel.
You don't know how to use margin.
I know.
We know how to use margin.
Yeah. Don't come in here and tell us what to do. We know how to use margin. You don't know how to use margin. That's on you. My favorite is the tax one. Like the guy's like, you have to care about taxes. He's like, no, that's your problem. I was like, really? I still can't believe he's back so soon. It's like, what was it, 48 hours? And then he's back. So crazy. Oh, they dropped me to a C minus. Let's see. I still can't believe, this is something it's out of my hands, obviously, but the more people complain, the more likely YouTube is to do something like. But he's duplicating content on 2 different channels and getting away with it so far. Oh, it doesn't show up, huh? I was just on Social Blade here. That's weird. Anyway, well, what else today? What else? Pretty much everything was up, right? Let's look at the market. Let's see here. Wow, 10% for S&P, 12% for NASDAQ, 8% for the Dow. Pretty good.
Tesla was up big today.
hmm
That stock has been beaten down so bad.
Which one?
Tesla, I mean, they just
Oh,
been
Tesla.
Oh,
ripped.
that thing swings so wild, dude. It's like $40 one day, and then down $40 and up $50.
That's exactly why I never bought Tesla early on, because going back to when it was like a $40 stock, I was like, it just swings too wide. It's too unpredictable.
My first option ever was on TSLL, and we did pretty good. And then before you know it, it was trading at like $20 or $30, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm out. Like, I can't. I'm not doing options on $30."
That's TSLL.
Yeah, TSLL.
Okay.
That's where I first did my first put, and that lasted maybe 2 weeks, and then I had to go find something else that was more in my ballpark of doing options.
hmm
Because it ran from like 10 to 30 in like a month, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now TSLL's back down to $9, so now it's back in my price point of contracts.
hmm
But that just scares me right now, so we're gonna lay away from that one.
I thought on NVDL, I thought I was, because all last year, pretty much from like July through January, I was wheeling it very successfully with like avoiding assignments, collecting premium for free. A couple times I would get assigned and I was able to sell calls on it right away, no issues, and get called away, and and then all the way until the DeepSeek shit came out, and then left me holding this 400 share bag.
hmm Yeah, that one, I got lucky on that one. I played that one decently. I don't always, but that one, there was some nice option premium between
Tesla
NVDL.
30-day IV is 80.
I can show you because I actually use ChatGPT to track it,
To track what?
to track my trades.
Oh, okay. How does that work?
I just do the transaction history and I just put it into ChatGPT.
Oh, cool.
Not
Okay.
bad, not bad.
That's a good idea. I might have
Let
to
me
do that.
30-day IV at TSLL is 150% right now. That's
30-day IV.
yeah, that's crazy.
Nice. Yeah, that is.
If you're so play with fireworks,
hmm Some juicy premium there for sure.
it's juicy premium, but you can get trapped easily, as we all know.
hmm
So I'll put this in the chat. This was my trades. Oh, I did it twice on accident.
Let's find it. Let's see.
Oh, wait a minute. That didn't actually download the right way.
Oh, is this what you put into ChatGPT here?
Well, I just do, that was what ChatGPT gave me, but that's not kind of, let me see. I think that's the premium breakdown.
Yeah, I see it. I did a 30-day call on MSTU, and I closed it in 1 day. Because it was like 25 cents. The next day it was like 6. And I was like, well, I'm done with that one.
So
So-
that's, so I got 9,000 in premium and but I'm still holding, and now what am I still holding this? If I have 400 shares that are down 9,900 right now. So
Ugh.
So I'm almost at break even if NVDL
Yeah.
just goes up a little bit more. But it kind of, I don't want to break even. Obviously, I want to make some money. So hopefully it runs back up into the $50, $60 range and I can start
Mhm.
selling calls.
I need MSCU to go back to about $7, and I can start making decent money.
But I have the same, actually, the NVDL puts you have for April 25th. I have the same. I have 3 contracts for $43. I feel pretty confident that that's going to be, those are going to expire worthless.
For which one?
For NVDL, I saw that you had on in your portfolio that you had puts for the end of April.
Yeah, I do. Hmm.
Yeah,
If
I
it
do too. I have the same date you have.
okay, yeah, if it just gets like $10 higher, then I'm good.
Yeah, I'm at, my strike price is 43,
Okay.
so I'm hoping the same too.
If not, I'm just gonna take assignment, and then I'll just at least the premium I collected will lower my cost basis even more.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because I actually had $40 puts that I bought to buy to close
Hmm.
earlier this month for a small profit because I was like, I really didn't want to take assignment on them. I should have just took assignment on them because it would have lowered my cost average a lot.
Yeah.
Don't blame you though in this market, man. In this market, you don't know what to do.
Hmm.
Things are just moving so fast.
Yeah, I know.
So,
'Cause someone had literally texted me about the agreement today or the announcement, and within, I don't know, seconds, the market was up 3,000, right? So the average person's already missed it. It's just crazy.
yeah, it's like you got to be in like the night before or something.
You gotta be in like the cool kids club to get this information before it comes out,
Right.
or just
Yeah,
have a.
I actually saw a post on Reddit showing the volume picking up like an hour before the announcement.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, so there was definitely some insider stuff.
Hmm.
Of course, there always is.
Yeah.
Maybe you set like buy calls at certain prices above, so you know if it starts jumping.
Now,
You
Trump
know,
made a post this morning on Truth Social, man. We all saw it in this other group that I'm in. Nobody really paid it much of attention. He said, "Be cool, buy stocks or something."
Hmm.
And
Mhm.
and then, dude, after lunch, bang.
Yep.
There's this YouTube channel. It's called like Stock Market Live. I just watch it all day because he'll have the trading thing up, and every time any stock starts running or anything, he's like right on it right away.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, Trump did put it out there. Hey, buy
He
stock.
did. I mean,
Long before the move.
Hmm.
you're
I
in
was
the.
I was actually trimming profit at the time the market took off. I mean, figuratively blown back. I'm like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
So, okay, so for any audience that's really new with ChatGPT, so explain. So you just put in your trade data from your broker.
Oh, if you go, I give you example, right? If you
Yeah.
do like go to Schwab and
Hmm.
then do like transaction history and then filter by like NVDL, so you get all the transactions for that one ticker, and then you would just copy the whole thread.
Oh, got it.
Dude, you could just upload you could download your transactional spreadsheet and just put it in
Yeah,
chat
you can do
and then
this.
ask it stuff.
Because what aggravates me, so
If you have Pro.
I've been investing for, over 10 years, and I'd like to be able to track back that far. So I end up having to like I've been manually doing that basically for years because your broker is only going to go back for a few years at best.
But what I would do, coach, is switch it to all your date range
Hmm.
and then type in NVDL and then do search
Okay.
and then just copy the entire page and then
I'll show you. I'll show
upload it
you
to
one better,
ChatGPT.
coach. I'll show you one better, coach. Scroll up on that page you're on.
Hmm.
Scroll up on that page you're on in Schwab
Yeah.
and go to Go to realize gain loss
Mm-hmm.
right under move money. Click on that.
Okay. Yeah.
And then put in your symbol.
So I've actually done that here. I've been like sorting.
But you can put your symbol in there and it'll give it to you. And then if you click transaction analyzer, it'll give you like a win-loss ratio.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
you're just starting this year from January, so you can take it back to as far as before TD took over. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Transaction analyzer. Look.
Yep. That's how I track my performance. So you can delete the ticker. That way you can see how it works. Delete the ticker
Mm-hmm.
and hit search. Hit that
So,
X or go for it,
so
however you want to do it.
so when I
Hit
do it on
search.
here, because now it has my, because I don't have my
And,
cells when I sold for profit. So this
and
puts
then
that in there. I'm actually up 4K.
and then you can see your ratios and how you're doing. And if you go to transaction analyzer,
Typically, this
click
shows, I
that
think
next tab.
it shows like a heat map. It shows like your wins versus your losses. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what you
Okay.
want. But if you go to transaction analyzer,
Okay,
that's a good
where?
hit. That's pretty good, by the way, dude.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Scroll, yeah, scroll up a little bit and
Mm-hmm.
click on transaction analyzer,
Yeah, I see.
and then you'll get a better breakdown. You can really see how
Nice.
you're doing.
Will it give it to me if I
Yeah,
do all accounts? Let's see.
It can, but only up until if if it was records with TD, then it
Mm.
ain't gonna show them. But
So the
those
other
records from
one,
TD,
uh-huh.
the
Yeah.
records from TD will be in your exported history. But you might have to format them a little for ChatGPT. When I tried it, it was giving me a little trouble, but I got it to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's interesting. This weights it like evenly by transaction. My other one that shows 78%, that's based on I think the amount.
Yeah, so that I use that all the time. I actually just discovered it like a week or two ago.
That's awesome. Now I got to look at how I did last year, previous calendar year. Yeah, the first 2 months of the year I was on a roll, but then March happened. So my ratio was better last year. Interesting. Yeah, like
Then
after
you
the
can put a
election.
single ticker in there and check your results on a specific ticker.
Okay.
It don't work that good with options, but it does show them in there. It does show like the options in the graph. They do show up.
Okay,
I'm
here's
still
just
trying to figure out.
for Nvidia. Yeah, it's only showing like buying and selling of the stock. Interesting.
yeah.
Well, I think no, it will show options. I know it will. I saw
Okay.
it once, but I'll let you dig through it. I just didn't want you guys to miss that because I just discovered it and it's very subtle.
Yeah, that's
It's
awesome.
easy to
Yeah,
miss.
it's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So when you deal with Chat GPT and shit, you're gonna have to go through a few steps. Here, you don't have to go through all those steps. Save you guys some time.
Awesome. Yeah. It's a good
Yeah, but you know, ChatGPT, you can ask it for like advice or whatever. You can be like, "Hey, what should I do?" It'll actually recommend like different strategies on like if you're maybe say like your position's you're way out of the money. It'll give you like, oh, it'll give you like 4 or 5 different options on like good strategies to follow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is badass. I got a cool butterfly spread from it once. But you do have to ask it the right questions, and sometimes you have to remind it to check the current day's date because it'll
Yeah,
give
yeah.
you option chain from 2 years ago and tell you and tell you while Nvidia's trading at $60, you should know. No, wait a minute.
Right. Um, so do you want to explain just to any audience member that might not know like the concept of a butterfly spread? I was actually talking about this the other day, but it would be good. Yeah, just run the audience through that.
As basic as I can understand it,
Mm-hmm.
you get how did it work? You have like say the way I did mine was it was on Rocket, and if I'm not mistaken, it was 2 orders. I think it was 2 calls long at like a mid price of maybe 15, and they may have been selling a put and buying a call at like a strike above 15, maybe at 17, and then at a strike below at about 15. And it was the only butterfly spread. I don't have the knowledge to really explain it, but I did notice that regardless of what Rocket did, I never got into really bad profit. I mean, a bad negative drawdown, and every move put me in profit. But no, I don't have the skill to break that down exactly how it works. In fact, I don't even really remember the trade good enough. But it was a winner.
Nice.
But basically, a butterfly spread is like two verticals that meet in the middle.
Okay.
To give you an idea, it's like two verticals on top of each other, and they meet in the middle in a way. That's the quickest, most basic way that I could explain it.
Okay.
So you can make money. Yeah, I better stop there. Good luck.
It's a little bit advanced for some of the audience.
Oh,
It's-
you can ask ChatGPT, it'll walk you through it.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but for the audience, it
Yeah.
explain a
Yeah.
butterfly spread. Yeah, that could do it for the audience.
Nice. All right, folks.
But
Well, we've
basically,
yeah. Go ahead.
you get, I think you get upside and downside protection. But it was a bullish butterfly spread, to be more precise.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a distinction.
Okay. Good to know.
That's all I got, Coach.
Nice. Hey, it's good stuff. All right, folks. Well, we've gone about an hour here, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. So, unless anybody else has anything to say, I think we're good.
No, I'm good. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna try to keep this going every day now.
Yeah, it's
So far.
good.
Great show, Coach.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, for those that are new, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and join Discord. And we will see you all in the next one. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
All right.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.